Welcome back, fellow citizens of Jar, to Deron for Super President. This is the show in which we try to build our own country, take over that entire universe, and fix all of the universe's problems. If that sounds like something you think you might like, please hit that subscribe button down below to be counted as a citizen and to join us on our path to glory. Propaganda. Things that countries use and non-countries use to make people think things about countries and people. Now, as you might already imagine, this is a two-part series. Part 1, we're going to go over the history of propaganda throughout the world, or at least propaganda posters. And Part 2, next week, we're going to go over the propaganda of Jar, some of which I've already received, and is incredible. So, without further ado, let's go over the propaganda through history. Now, I should first note, I'm not trying to pave over the history that actually happened. I'm not including the offensive ones because this is a family show. So just keep in mind that most propaganda posters that I could find were pretty rough. So we're gonna go through the ones about doing things in your own country and not about what people should do to each other. Woof, jeez. To start off, has anyone seen that one meme about Oprah releasing a load of bees on her unsuspecting audience? I'll wait. There's no water in there, only dust and sadness. I looked at a very particular and interesting thing that seemed to happen quite a bit around that World War I, World War II-y time, and many countries were like, hey, dang, we need a lot of work done, and, well, we haven't really been giving women any rights. How about we should ask them to come work? Man, I wish I was making that up. But here comes our first propaganda poster. It is entitled, "Women of Britain Come Into the Factories. Ask at any employment exchange for advice and full details." And we have what can only be described as that bees meme, where it's just planes. You get a plane, and you get a plane. Now, you might say, hey, Deron, if we're talking about propaganda and talking about asking women to work, we can't really forget this one. And it's true. Actually, realistically, this was more of a common thing than people might realize. You have things like Rosie the Riveter, you have things like We Can Do It, you have all of these different pushes worldwide, because you've probably seen this, or both. Or neither. Not too many people though, like 80-year-old propaganda, so like if you don't, that's cool too. But I'm betting not many of you have seen this one, which is from China, basically asking more women to come into the workforce. Or this one from Australia, which is basically asking more women to come into the workforce. Next, we cross into the unfortunately famous or you might just know these from t-shirts and not actually from the propaganda end of things. Weirdly enough. First of which of these overly famous ones being a poster which is apparently considered the most famous poster of all time, which I don't know if this is true. I'm not like a poster person. I don't keep track of the poster industry, so I couldn't tell you anything about that. It's Uncle Sam pointing forward. This is before we learned the Obama point, where you point like this at people. I mean, it's less aggressive. Britain was doing it too. Now, to add to the list of famous mustaches through history, check out that chonker. Is it objectifying? Probably. We should probably not do that. What we should do instead is keep calm and carry on. I feel like this one here has been hated for longer than people even know about it, purely because I think the Chive got hold of it a while ago, and it just turned into an internet meme poster. Like how more people say they like bacon than actually think of bacon when they say they like bacon. They just think of the meme about liking bacon, but they don't remember the actual smell and taste and crunch of bacon, which is fine if you like bacon, but a lot of people like the idea of bacon more than the reality of bacon. Let's be serious. Slight tangent. We also have the Angsty Boy shirt. I mean, the Che Guevara poster about him. Funny how some of these things definitely just show off that we can really forget history if we print it on enough pieces of clothing and wear them. Anything more famous? No, because I didn't want to end this video with famous. I wanted to end this video with shame. Oh, the wonderful shame posters. First of which being, Daddy, what did you do in the war? Now, my favorite part of this question is how clearly sick he is. of hearing this question. Look at that face. Also, why is everyone in this picture wearing shoes? And those little army men are going to be left out far too long. Somebody's going to step on those. It's going to be like Lego. But on a poster. Now, gossiping back in the day led to a lot of negative things happening, like secrets being passed along. This leads to the single, in my opinion, best propaganda poster ever, because of the complete overwhelming amount of design that went into it, and the fact that probably no one's ever heard of it, except if you're Swedish, which is En Svensk Tiger. Now, this is going to take a little bit of explaining. Here's Mr. Tiger Boy. So, what's better than a regular propaganda poster? Well, it's one with very specific language-based puns. Let's move on. According to Wikipedia, in Swedish, the word svensk can mean the adjective Swedish and the noun Swede. Well, tiger can either mean the noun for the animal or the present tense of the verb tiga, I think tiga or taiga, to keep silent, or more colloquially, to keep one mouth shut, giving the poster a double meaning. A Swedish tiger, or a Swede keeps silent. A phrase comparable to the use of loose lips sink ships, which is that's another propaganda thing, if you never heard of it. So those are different examples of propaganda that have been used for the ages. Hopefully the less offensive ones I tried to tiptoe away around the horribleness in the universe. So rather than look at the past, let's look towards the future. Jar itself needs propaganda. I've had some already. Rather than talking about different things like going and doing horrible things to people, let's make them uplifting and about how you should come and join Jar because we're super cool and whatnot. Now, I have some already to talk about next Saturday, but if you'd like, you can make more and link me somehow. But if not, I've got some really cool ones already, so you're good either way. So this has been your super presidential candidate Deron, signing off for Saturday, saying welcome to Jar. Jar takes all kinds. You are family now. Please join us this week and every week. We go up every single Saturday and Monday. Don't forget to check down below in that description for links to fun things. And I will leave you, as always, with our viewer submitted motto for Jar, which is, we are Jar. If you love Jar, you'll love us. See you Monday. And this episode is brought to you by Aiden Fisher. And also by Luke, and also by Rachel. These three people have helped me very much, and if I could put any propaganda down, it would, well, I don't need to convince people that you're all already wonderful, cool people. Thank you all.